Hey, third grade. It's so good to see you. I miss you guys. It's really quiet here in the art room without y'all. And it's very clean. Y'all know how messy my room gets. So this week, I want to talk to you about our lesson. Now, the first part of every video is going to be me talking about our vocab words. And then the second part of the video is going to be the how to create your project. Okay? Now, the vocab words are very important. At the end of each lesson, you're going to find in your folder for the week that there's going to be a little puzzle piece, and it's going to say exit ticket, okay? That exit ticket is going to show me that you've been to my class, you've watched the video, you've been paying attention, and that you've participated. So with the vocab, you're going to hear me throughout the talking point of this, talking about some of our vocab words, and then I'm going to say, that's the secret word. So when you hear the secret word, you need to remember it because you're going to have to type it out or click on it in our exit ticket, okay? And it's also going to show up at the bottom of the page, okay? So I want to start with some of our vocab words. Line. Now, we've talked about line quite a bit, okay? Since you've been in kindergarten, okay? Now, lines can be a lot of different things. Wavy lines, straight lines, loopy lines, vertical, horizontal, those kind of things, okay? Our lines are very important, and we're going to be talking about those in the lesson because it's a directive draw. So I'm going to draw, you're going to draw, okay? And you have to pay attention to the lines so that they line up correctly, okay? So line. And our last one is one that I don't think we've talked about before. So in third grade, you start to learn a little bit harder vocab words and harder lessons. So proportion, okay? Everybody say it, proportion. Okay, proportion means that something is correct. It looks correct. It doesn't look uneven. It doesn't look like it doesn't belong together. So we're going to talk about that really fast, okay? So let's think about this mannequin right here. Okay, so size. We want to make sure the size is correct. So if I were drawing a person, okay, I wouldn't draw his body all the same size and make his head gigantic. That wouldn't be proportionate, okay? We would want to make his head look like it fits the body. Same thing with like the hands and the feet. We wouldn't draw our person and make their hands ginormous and their feet really tiny because that's not proportionate, okay? Let's look at exaggerated proportion right here. Do you see that? There's a truck carrying a ginormous banana. Bananas aren't the size of big trucks, okay? Bananas are really tiny, so it's exaggerated proportion. That means that it's huge, okay? So the proportion isn't necessarily correct because the banana is not bigger than the truck. So the proportion's not right, okay? Here's another way to look at it. Look at these fish, okay? Someone's fishing. Of course, fish are going to be smaller than us sometimes, okay? And they're going to be smaller than our boat, depending on what kind of fish you're catching. But does this fish look correct? It's not proportionate to the other fish. It's huge, okay? So when we're drawing today, there's going to be some times where Miss A is going to say, we're going to exaggerate the proportion, okay? You're going to listen to that. And there's some times where I'm going to say, we want to make it proportionate to the body, which means we want to make it even to the body, okay? Proportionate is your secret word. Proportionate, okay? Remember proportionate, it's super important, okay? So those are our vocab words for today. I want to show you the project really fast. It's one of my favorite projects. I haven't done it in a few years. And the first time I did this project with my third graders, it turned out awesome. Now I changed this a little bit, the type of way of drawing it, to make it a little bit smoother for virtual learning, okay? So we are going to be drawing toucans, okay? And our toucans are so fun, okay? So here's what we're talking about here. We're going to be talking about lines because we're going to be drawing some fun curved lines. We're also going to be doing a directive draw. I draw, you draw, okay? But look at his eye. Are bird's eyes that big? No. So we're going to be doing an exaggerated proportion on his eye. So remember those words. Look at his feet. Toucan feet aren't that small. So we're going to be doing, again, kind of like an exaggerated proportion, but like tiny, all right? So in just a second, this video is going to switch on over to Miss A telling you how to create this picture right here, okay? Hey, third grade. Welcome back to our how-to video. We just talked a little bit in the past video about our vocab words. I'm going to be talking a little bit about those when we go through the project today. You're going to need a pencil that's running away, an eraser, and a black marker, okay? That's all you need today. We are not doing color this week. This week is the drawing and outline only. Drawing, outline, no más. Okay, that's it. We are going to be talking about our toucan. I call him Toucan Sam. I love him, and he's so cute. You're going to have to pay close attention to my drawing, okay? Here we go. We're going to start with the branch, all right? So I'm going to try to do this as quickly as possible so it's not a 8,000 bajillion long video, okay? So your branch, okay? Your paper is long ways like this, landscape mode, okay? It's not up and down, landscape mode, okay? I am going to take my pencil. Now I'm not going to start, I could start right in the middle, okay? And I'm going to make kind of a curve all the way up to the side of my page. Okay, it looks almost like a sun, all right? And I'm going to do the same thing from the bottom, okay? Just like that. Looks like a road now. Okay, so take a second to do that. If you need to stop at any point in the video to pause and do the drawing portion, that's perfectly fine. That's what I would do in the classroom. I would show you, and then I usually give you a few minutes to draw it out, and then we move on. So pretend we're in the art room. Pretend Miss A is telling you, okay, continue drawing. You have a few more minutes. Pause when you need to, all right? So I'm going to keep going. So pause if you need to do this, okay? So here's the next part. I'm going to start right here at any point, okay? I'm going to make a branch going up, and I'm going to make another branch going up that way, okay? Looks almost like a tooth coming in, like a tiger tooth, okay? And now I'm going to kind of branch this off. Now it's not perfect. You're just going to make these little branches everywhere. All right, and I'm going to make it come down here and come back up. All right, make it however you like, okay? It's your jungle that your toucan's living in. Your branch doesn't have to look exactly like mine. Mine doesn't look exactly like it did in here. It's okay, all right? Do your best. That's all I'm asking for. Use your creativity. All right, pause if you need to. Here we go. The next part of this, okay? I started with Toucan Sam's feet. Now, if we look at his feet, I'm sorry there's a little glare on this, but if we look at his feet, okay, you can, let me see if I can get the glare to go away. There it goes. They look like upside down, like little tulips, okay? Or like if you took an egg and broke it in half, that's what it would look like. So 2 pieces of egg, okay, eggshell. I'm going to do some overlapping, which means we're going to have to go back and erase at some point, and that's okay. We've done this before where we had to go back in and erase, all right? So I'm going to draw these 2 little upside down U shapes, okay? They look like the letter, a capital letter U, okay? I'm going to draw them upside down. And then all I'm going to do is add a little bit of a zigzag line at the bottom to create his feet. Okay, we're not going to do our erasing just yet. We will do that closer to the end. So it's okay if there's a line through the middle of this. Everybody's going to have a line through the middle, even me, all right? So continue on. Okay, pause if you need to. I'm going to say it every time. Now, his tail, okay? When you did your branch, I should have said this earlier, and I'm so sorry, but you want to make sure there's some room at the bottom so that you can draw his tail. I'm going to start by drawing these little lines out, and then, so I might make them a little bit wider, and then I'm going to connect them. Okay, again, my toucan's gonna look different from my example that I did the other day. It's all right, nothing is perfect, okay? In the art room, we try our best, and that's all that matters. So pause if you need to. Here we go. The toucan, he's the hardest part, hardest thing to draw, okay? But I'm gonna try to make this easy for you, all right? And this is the hard part. We're now in 3rd grade. I'm not gonna give you a tracer. I wouldn't in the classroom. I'm going to ask you to draw from observation, which means that you're drawing with what you're seeing in your eyes, okay? Whatever's on the board, whatever I'm showing you, okay? So try your best. Now, we're not going to make our toucan this tiny. He's not going to be little bitty. He's going to have to be a little bit bigger, all right? So I'm going to start right by his feet, and I'm going to make, okay, this shape. It almost looks like we're making the letter C, but backwards, okay? Or it's almost like we're drawing part of an oval, all right? Now I'm gonna make this go over just a little bit more. This is the top part of our toucan's head, all right? Here's this letter C almost, backwards letter C. All right. Okay, pause if you need to. Here we go. Now, his beak. Okay, his beak can be a big challenge, but I know you can do it. You may have to erase a few times. I know Miss A, when I was doing this, I messed up a few times. I had to erase, but I didn't let it like consume me, and I didn't let it break me down. I did my best. I stayed positive, and I did what I needed to. Okay, so here we go. His beak. All right, so where I left off right here, I'm gonna kind of make it almost like a straight line, but I'm gonna curve it at the end. Okay, you see that? Straight line, and I curved it. Okay, and I'm gonna make his little beak come to a point and make a squiggle. All right, again, pause where you need to. Try your best. If it doesn't look exactly like mine, that's okay. All right, it's hard not being in the classroom. It's hard without me here to say, hey, you're doing a great job, or hey, let's try it this way instead. Just do your best. All right, so I got part of his beak done. The next part of the beak is easy peasy. Okay, you're gonna want to, okay, where we stopped that top of his head, we're gonna want to draw a line, okay? I'm gonna connect that to show that that's where his face is stopping, okay? And I'm gonna draw this little line. It's kind of curved. He kind of looks like a seagull right now, and that's okay, but he's a toucan. All right, so here we go. There's that line, okay? Now again, with this being a directive draw, you can stop whenever you need to make sure that you are following along and that you're not getting ahead of yourself, or that you don't feel behind, all right? So I'm doing this because like I said, I don't want your video to be like 25 minutes long. I want it to be short enough for you to watch. All right, the next part, I'm starting where I left off, okay? And I'm gonna make his belly, all right? That's his belly. I made this shape, big old curve for his belly, okay? Now I'm gonna start adding in details. You do this at your own pace, just like we would in the classroom. I would say, okay, I'm gonna start drawing. You can go at your own pace and do it when you're ready, all right? So here we go. I'm gonna go with the eye. I'm drawing a big circle, okay? We talked about proportion. Proportion means that it fits, okay? His eye really isn't this big in real life, but we want it to stand out, all right? So I'm gonna draw the circle and another circle inside and a little bitty circle, all right? And then when we get to coloring, I'm gonna explain how to do all that, but for right now, this is all we're drawing, all right? The next part, he needs lines on his beak, okay? Drawing a line, drawing some more lines there, okay? That's what his beak should look like right now. Okay, and then I'm going to, okay, draw the white of his face. And you know what I didn't have in my example is his wings. He's a bird, he has to fly. So I'm gonna add this little wing here and this little wing here. He kind of looks like a penguin. Kind of mixed with the seagull, kind of mixed with the toucan. He's just a special bird with all kinds of species in him. So, all right, this is what your toucan should look like right now. All right, if you're there, wonderful. If you're not, keep going. But I'm gonna start adding the background details and talking through it. It shouldn't take too long. I might speed through it, but we're gonna be adding leaves, okay, and a few vines. So you can speed through this if you want to. You can add them where you want to. You don't have to watch the rest of the video at that point. But one more reminder before I do this, finish your exit ticket. Exit ticket. Then you're going to do your picture for this. I need a progress picture, which means that you're showing me that you completed the outline, okay? You need to snap a quick picture, upload to Schoology, and if you need help uploading, check my updates. I have a video in there on how to upload your picture. All right, guys, exit ticket, upload, Also make sure that you are finishing the leaves and the vines is what I'm doing right now, okay? All right, that's all I got for you today. Try your best, take your time. Please don't feel discouraged if it doesn't look exactly like mine. Remember, we are doing our best, we're staying positive, and there are no mistakes in art. So please, please, please try your best and have fun creating your toucan, okay? I can't wait to see them. I'll see you soon, Lions. Thank you so much. Have a great week.